It must be her. I don't
Okay.
know.
I'm going to turn it over to Eric because he's been like studying these new bonuses and knows everything about it. And I'm going to put her to bed. So he'll start off and then I'll come back and we can finish.
Okay.
Oh boy. So, hey.
Hi, Eric.
Hi. So I don't know several of you, but so I'm Eric, Lindsay's husband. I got lucky enough to stay at home with Hadley and Eli, where Lindsay got to go have fun in Florida. So, so they announced two different bonus tracks. Basically, it's called the Go bonus, and there's the Go bonus, and then they have a Go fast bonus, which is basically a shortened time window. So, and it basically breaks down to being if you joined as a distributor prior to January 1st, or if you joined as a distributor after January 1st. So, for anybody who joined after January 1st is considered, so they're a new distributor. And so basically what the Go bonus does is it has a preset amount of months where you can earn the bonus. So for example, the bonuses now start at diamond level and then go up from diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, presidential, and ambassador. So the first bonus would be the diamond bonus, which is $5,000 if you chart and make that diamond promotion within 6 months. So if you joined as a distributor on January 1st or later, you have 6 full calendar months to go diamond, and you would earn a $5,000 bonus. And then if you from there, then it goes. So diamond is 6 months and $5,000. Double diamond is 8 months and $15,000. Triple diamond is 12 months, $25,000. Presidential is 16 months, $50,000, and then ambassador is 20 months, $75,000. And all of this is in the eSuites. They did really good with getting all the information out there. So there's both a FAQ in eSuites, and then like the official rules.
Hold on. Hey, Eric, hold on just a minute. Okay, lady, are you on here? What's your name?
I got her.
Muted now.
I got her.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Eric.
Yep, no
Okay.
problem.
Woo, we got you, Christina.
So,
I think.
yeah, is that Grifa 1 iPhone? Is that something like that? Is that her? GRI?
I don't hear it. I don't hear it.
I don't know. I don't hear it, so we're good. I think she's on.
Muted that one, so. So anyway, all the information is out there in eSuites, which is what I printed off and read through, both in FAQ and then like all the official rules. The other thing that they did that's really good is if you don't have the Wired app, I would really suggest downloading it and getting it, because they have it spelled out really simplistic in the Wired app that gives you all the specific dates and shows you exactly. So like it has a tracker on there and tells you how many days you have left to hit the diamond bonus or whichever the bonus is you're trying for, and then it gives you the specific dates of what the next bonuses are, like what day you need to achieve it by. So it kind of eliminates all the thinking and out of it, so you don't have to do too much. You can just look right there and have it right real handy. So anyway, so Go bonus, so they're basically 5,000, 15,000, 25, 15, 75. For the new distributors, it's that 6 month, 8 month, 12 month, 16 month, 20 month. So that's basically if you joined after January 1st. If you joined prior to January 1st, then you're considered an existing distributor, and then they have it broke down specifically by they already have it. They have a chart out there that breaks it down and gives you exactly what the time frame is. So I'm going to hold it up and hopefully, let's see here. So I think, and again, this is an eSuite, so you can't see it very well. You can get in there and download it. So you can see for existing distributors, basically, so there is no bonus for Ruby or Emeralds right now. So it basically starts with this first column, which is below diamond. So, and you can see the first bonus is for the diamond bonus, and it's June 30th of 2017. So you can see how it breaks it down.
But if you download the Wired app, it will give you your own. It's very specific to you.
Yeah.
So depending on when you joined, that's where the dates are specific to. It has your join date with your distributor, and it will keep track of having 4 loyal customers. It will give you your time frame if you're going or go fast, and also this whole 6 months. And I know that a lot of us on here, or a lot of you on there, are new. So most of you have or may not have hit even the Ruby bonus yet, or the Ruby rank yet. So I know like a lot of this is going to sound really odd, because I know Kara and Sue, we haven't even talked about Diamond. That's not even something we're out there yet. We're just focused on executive at this point, which is getting 2 people on your team. So I think that when we look at the Diamond bonus, they think that most people are going to go Diamond in 6 months. That's typically how long it takes people. And so that's how they created this bonus schedule, that if you hit it in 6 months, like, is typical for a distributor, then you get the $5,000. If you do it fast and half the time at 3 months, then you get $10,000. That's where that all comes in. And your specific timelines are on your Wired app that we've talked about. But when you look at a Diamond chart as a new distributor, it is extremely overwhelming. There's spots all over the place to fill. I would focus on getting the next customer, getting the next distributor. Instead of thinking of, oh my gosh, I need 10 people on my team, right? Whatever. Don't. I need 1 more. You're just working on the next one. I'm looking for 1 customer right now, and that's what you're focused on. I'm looking for 1 person who would want to join my team and that I'd want to work with. That's what we should be focusing on, so it's not too overwhelming. Okay, sorry, Eric, go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're doing much better.
But it's completely doable, though. Like,
Yeah. Oh, it is. It is completely doable.
Completely doable.
This is absolutely the boomingest, it's a word I'm making it, boomingest time of our business, and there's no doubt that I'm signing more customers. There's no doubt that I'm signing more team members. We all are, because everybody at this time of year, not only do they want to lose weight and they want to make more money, but they're realizing that whatever resolution they made January 1st, people get that, 21-day fix or whatever it is that they're doing. Oops, I fell off the wagon. I'm not doing so well. And so now in February, March, and April, all of a sudden summer's around the corner and they need help. And people want to feel better and all of that. So this is absolutely the biggest time of year for our business. So it's absolutely doable, absolutely, without a doubt. So it's just going to be a matter of, and that's what I think I'd like to talk about, Eric, when you're finished, how we do that, how we start messaging people and how we're posting.
Yeah, I think just one other thing I was just going to say was, and what I told Lindsay was, it's definitely very doable, and I feel like it's a lot less pressure than it was before. I told Lindsay, like, before whenever they were announcing bonuses, like, it was each month, it was like, are the bonuses coming back this month? Okay, we get to the end of the month, and like, okay, are the goods coming back again? And like, so it felt like we were very much on a tight time frame from working from the 1st of the month to the 30th of the month, and then just hoping and praying that, that they would be back again. And now you have a specific time window that's tailored to you, and you know exactly what you're working with, and you don't have to wonder, like Melanie said, like that diamond rank, you have 6 months, so it's not like you're trying to cram all this in just the next 30 days. I mean, you have a window that you can work with and you can plan for and know. So
can I just add something real quick too?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not going to get a big bonus within the 6 months, you're still going to make income. You're still going to have your commissions. You still can get your wrap cash. There's still going to be money coming in. So don't have this mindset like, oh, great, I'm not even going to make anything for the next 6 months.
So here, yes. And so when we talk about bonuses, they're like the icing on the cake. They're kind of a reward for doing what you're already wanting to be doing. And that's all they are. So if you were to miss a bonus or whatever, it's great. I'll take the bonus money all day long. But remember, you're making commissions. So as you're building your business and as you're adding people to your team or adding customers or whatever, whether you hit that bonus or not, your paycheck is going up every single time. So you have your wrap cash, because we know we get paid with wrap cash. If you sell a wrap for $25, you do a party, you wrap somebody in the Starbucks bathroom, whatever it is, wherever you're doing, that wrap cash, $25 in your pocket. Then you have your commissions, which is once a month. That's money that you make, 10% on your top 2 lines, 5% on the third line. That money is paid once a month. And then the bonuses. Now, also, we can't forget about Fast Start bonuses, because that's a really big one that's still around and a really great way to make an easy $100. So when you add somebody to your team and you help them get 2 customers, you help them get started. So they start making commissions. You're also making commissions on that. When you get 2 customers underneath them, you make $100. So let's say you add 3 people to your team one month and they each get 2 customers, which, by the way, there should be no reason that you can't get 2 customers underneath somebody. Super easy, especially with a launch party. That's $300. That's not even a part of commissions, not even a part of this bonus plan that we're talking about, not even a part of your wrap cash. So Fast Start bonuses are huge, and your commission check is huge too. So good point, Brandy. Naya. Okay. Anybody else? Eric, do you have anything else, or can I head right into my?
Go for it. It's all you.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so conference
I don't want
was
to be like
amazing.
Bad, so I don't want to get on your bad side.
Yeah, because I'll drive to Illinois and get you. Okay, so conference was amazing. I know everybody says that. There's something incredible about being around 20,000 people that are like-minded and positive and goal-driven. And it was my first one, and everyone says it'll change your business. Well, it will. I have no doubt. The way I've been working today and the way I've been talking to people, you have to let go of the fear and you have to get out of your own way. And if those are the only 2 things that you can remember from this Zoom tonight, those are the 2 things you need to remember. Get out of your own way and let go of the fear, because every time you message someone, so what if they say no? If you don't message them, the answer will always be no. And we're always going to get no's. I get no's all the time. All day long, I get no's. I'm still alive and I'm still here. Brad's laughing at me. It's just the way it goes. And you're going to survive and it's going to be fine. And you're never going to know if it was a sale or if it was somebody who needs product, or you can help somebody make more money for their family if you don't ask. And people like to be asked. So I have a 5-5-5 rule, and it's a tip that I'm giving at the end of February when I do my I have a day in February that I'm in charge of Arise and Shine. And my 5-5 rule is 5 posts a day, 5 messages to either for customers or distributors, or for team members, or 5 and add 5 people to your network. So that's add 5 people to your Facebook, put out 5 posts a day, 4 or 5, shoot for 5, but 4 are fine. 1 product, 1 about the business changing your life, and 2 that are all you, because people want to still see you. They don't want it to turn into some spammy Facebook page. And then 5 messages. People will not come to you. They might. Eventually, you might have the thing out there. But even now, after all this time and all the stuff I've put out there, people like to be asked. People need to be asked. So if you're not messaging people, whether it's messaging them to try a product, messaging them because you think they're super awesome and you'd love to work with them, or messaging them to maybe host a wrap party for you. Call in favors. Do not be afraid to be like, hey, you know how I had that whatever party, or what, how I came to your house? And I seriously, guys, I helped the lady Tyler Backsplash back in October. I for real have been messaging her, be like, hey, you owe me, by the way. Like we're doing a wrap party like in 2 weeks. Don't be afraid to do that, because it's so painless, guys. Like you're just going there. All they have to do is show up, and don't be afraid to schedule those, because for my team members, I will help you do them. If you schedule a wrap party and you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea. Well, first of all, we'll do your launch. And if you haven't done a launch yet, we need to do your launch, and you'll see how it goes. But second of all, that's what I'm here for. So and Lindsay's the same way. So if you're scheduling a party, don't be afraid to do a party because you've never done one before. We're here to do it with you, and that's what we want to help you with until you're comfortable doing it on your own. And the reason I say wrap parties, I know that I talk about a lot of the business from my phone, and it is. Almost all my business up until this point has been from my phone. But people like to see you. And so if you can get in front of someone, or if you can get on the phone with someone, it is that much more powerful to get them to see the product, be able to touch it, be able to talk to you face to face. I've been using a lot of voice messages lately today. Not only does it save me a lot of time, but if I type out, hey girl, you are so awesome, and they're just reading a text. But when I record it and they can hear my voice, I get so much more of a response, and they can't pre-read it, so they can't just swipe on past it.
Melanie,
Yes.
you explain to them how you do a voice message, because we just learned this, you know what I mean? So I don't know that.
Okay. If you're on Messenger, and a lot of my stuff is through Messenger, on Facebook, and don't be afraid to if you're not getting responses back. It happens all the time. In fact, I would say that I really hardly get very many no's. What's much more frequent is that people just don't respond back. And that's okay. It just means not right now, and it means in a month or so, maybe I'll follow up and be like, hey, it's your friendly stalker. Like, I mean, any interest or whatever? Yeah, that's what I do. And they respond. I have people that signed up as customers with me that I've been talking to since September. It happens. It takes time and consistency. Okay, on Messenger, there's a little microphone. Hold on, let me go to Brad. Do you have Messenger on your phone? Where? Because you have a billion gazillion pages on your screen. I'm going to make sure I tell you guys exactly the steps. Okay, thanks. Okay, so on Messenger, if you tap on the person's name, if it ever comes up, like for real. Okay, tap on the person's name, and then there's a little, like you have your microphone that's right next to where you would type. If you tap on that, it will say press and hold to send a voice clip. Hold it down, and it will start recording. When you lift your finger, it sends it. Don't be afraid of that. You can't like pre-listen to it or anything like that. If you make a mistake, if you're like, hey, so-and-so, and like you like blurb it, let it go and do the next one. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, and people are human, and you don't have to be perfect. And I think that that's part of getting out of our own way too. If you're nervous about sending a voice message and so that stops you from doing it, get out of your own way and just send one. Practice sending it to your husband. Send it to your best friend and be like, hey, I need to practice this because I haven't done it before. So does that explain?
When you do it that way, are you limited to 60 seconds the way you are?
Yep.
If it comes, okay.
Yep, you have 60 seconds to record, and I've had some that go over, but I am watching it. When I send it, I am watching, and like I'll see it to get to like 45 or 50 seconds. Normally they're not that long. Normally they're like 30 seconds, because how long does it take to say, hey girl, I've got some product tester spots open. I would love to have you try the product at my discount, get 40% off, and you just give me some feedback. Are you interested in trying something? It took like 15 seconds, even with me, and I talk really fast. So anyway, yeah, then I just send another one. If I run out of my 60 seconds, so I'm like, hey, I got cut off, but by the way, and I send a second one.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Are you sending these to like your cold market too, or are these just people you know?
I don't consider myself as having a cold market. I don't cold message people. If I message somebody, it's because I've spent at least 2 or 3 days liking and commenting on their Facebook profile, and often longer than that. Now, I'm going to preface this, guys, by saying that when I started this business, I had 100 friends on Facebook. I had 0 social life, like 0, like hardly any friends, Sue. I had hardly any friends though. You know, like they'll start this business and they'll say, hey, grab your best friends, grab your high school buddy, I didn't have any of that. I had my 2 sisters, and I had my mom. My mom's on this. I grabbed my mom, and my 2 sisters said no. I have been able to develop relationships, because that's what this is about, building relationships and friendships through my Facebook, and those are the people that I message. So every day when I'm adding people to my Facebook, when they accept my friend request, I add them to a group, and we can talk about this later. I add them to a certain group so that it makes me easier to have those people come up, so I'm not seeing all the random riff path. And I spend time focusing on their page, liking and commenting. They may have a picture of their kid. I'm like, oh, so cute. Happy birthday. Or, oh, I love that outfit, which is all genuine. It's all true. But that way they see my name. And so then, like, maybe it'll be 3 days later. Maybe it'll be a week later. Maybe it'll be a couple weeks later or whatever. And their name comes up, and I will message them. Now, it depends on what group I have them in. Some people I have targeted for potential distributors, and some people I have targeted for potential loyal customers. Everybody is not the same. And I don't have everybody, everyone in the world I want as a distributor. No. If I don't want to have dinner with you and I don't think that you can do it, then I don't message those people for distributors. Those people would be my potential loyal customers, because I do believe we have something for everybody. So my voice memos, those have been more for distributors. You can do them for a loyal customer and that will be just fine. But my loyal customer is pretty easy to read even through a text, like, hey, I'd love to have you try out this product. You have gorgeous hair. I'd love to see your hair on HSN. Are you interested? That's pretty easy just to type out and send. For a distributor, I make it a lot more personal, and I want them to hear my energy and excitement, and that's easier to do through a voice memo.
Okay. All right. So are you done with the? What?
Yeah, I have a list of things that I wanted to mention, but it's not really from conference per se. So I don't know if you and Brandy had conference stuff you wanted to mention.
Yeah, there was I had a few aha moments that I wanted to share, and then Brandy, if you had any, or even Stephanie, if you have some. But there was two couples that were Black Diamond, which is like the highest. It's not even a rank. It's like
The courtesy title if you make $100,000 for 6 months straight.
exactly. And so one of the couples, I think it was the guy who spoke, and he was saying that they were trying to get to the top, and they were watching what everyone else was doing. You know, some people are like signing 40 distributors off of Snapchat in a day. And so they were trying to get really good at Snapchat. And then, you know, someone was doing all this stuff on Instagram. So they were trying to be good at Instagram. And he compared it to like chasing, 10 rabbits at one time and basically not going anywhere because of it. And so he's like, we just got back to what we were good at and stopped comparing ourselves to each other. Because I think it's so easy in this business to watch other people and like, oh my gosh, they just signed, 2 distributors, and you just kind of get distracted in the comparison game, and it's so easy to do. And so he was like, just stay with what you're good at. Obviously, you want to grow and you want to learn new things, but don't let that be your focus. If you have a sweet spot and you're doing really good at, he was saying, they were good at Facebook, and he was getting the potentials and feeding them to her, and she was getting them signed up. So I liked that. And what else? Then his wife spoke and kind of did this exercise where everyone had to close their eyes and imagine that they were on top of a roof, and she kind of walked us all through, like, okay, go step on the edge of the roof, and what do you feel? Like, it was really powerful for me because I was like, you felt almost scared even though you were just standing in the auditorium. And so she kind of compared that, like, all right, so we're all physically here in this building, but you felt something, whether it was fear or anxiety or whatever, like that made you feel something. And so she kind of compared that to this business. Like, if you have negative thoughts running through your head, if you have doubts, fears running through your head every minute of every day, that's what you're going to become. And she had like a party once a year where they would come dressed as what they wanted to be. And she's like, I put sticky notes up all over my house. I had that reminder, and I, like, day after day, those thoughts became reality because I believed that's who I was and that's who I became. So it's really important because I'm speaking to myself because I constantly have doubts running through my head, or fears, or what are they going to think, or, this person is doing better than me, I'm not going to be able to reach that, whatever. It's powerful for, even though it's in your head, it comes through in your actions and what you eventually think of yourself and believe of yourself. So let's see what else. The importance of getting to events. I think everyone who was there would agree that, you feel differently. Your business is going to be better after the events. I know they're expensive. So one thing someone said, I sat next to Simon on the plane, and she was like, I tell my team to start putting away a little bit of money every month, starting now, to be able to get to those trainings, whatever it is. If it's a one team, one mission, green carpet they announced in June, I think. So yeah, start.
But if you're in Indiana, like if you're in Indianapolis, we have one coming up in a couple weeks that is cheap to go to. It's on a Sunday afternoon and will be an invaluable training. So if you can at all come on that Sunday, and I can message or what, I've got it in my phone, of course. Anyway, it's like from like 2:30 to 6 or something like that on a Sunday afternoon here in a couple weeks. I think it's February 26th.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then there's a Grand Rapids boot camp in May, like May 4th, 5th, and 6th, and that's $25. So I know it's hard, like you might, maybe like share a room with somebody overnight or whatever, but that boot camp is going to be awesome as well. So, and then we need to talk about like Zooms. When we have Zoom trainings, like you guys are on here tonight, which is super awesome. Trista's going to have one on Wednesday night. I don't like, I totally understand when we talk about being on Zoom trainings and stuff like that, like, okay, well, I have a life outside of that. True. But if you can, as much as you can get on and get to training or in events like Lindsay's talking about or whatever, like as much as you can pour into yourself is how you can start growing your business and get these tips for everyday kind of practical stuff too.
Yeah. And the one this month, it's going to be pretty in depth. I think it's like 6 hours or something like that, but there's going to be a Black Diamond. Cami Dempsey is going to be there, and it's going to be, I think it'll be really good for whoever can get there. Yeah, that's about it, all I have. So Randy, if you want to share anything, or Stephanie.
Just consistency is going to get you to where you need to go. So just continuing to do your follow-ups, continuing to network, continuing to post, it's going to get you to your goal. Sometimes, like, honestly, there are ambassadors who said they were rubies for 7+ months, but they kept going, they kept working, they kept doing it, and finally, it just worked for them. So just don't give up. Just don't give up. You will get to where you want to be if you just don't give up and you stay consistent. That's really the biggest thing that we learned at conference. Everyone worked at different paces and got to where they needed to be at different times, but all of them kept working. At the end of the day, that's what matters, because you will get there.
Mm-hmm. So what questions? Because at this point, have you guys, Kara and Sue, have you guys logged into your eSuite yet?
I have.
No.
Yay! Kara, you haven't?
No.
That's totally okay. That's your very first thing. So that's what I need to know, like, where you are in terms of, like, have you even logged in there to put your tax info in and so you're commission qualified? My most important goal is to get you guys a paycheck. My goal in life is for you guys to get paychecks and to have this be fun for you. This should not feel like I hate my life. Okay? So fun, friendship, freedom, that's what we're all about. But I want you to get a paycheck. So most important, log into your eSuite, Kara, we can talk about that, and get yourself commission qualified. And second on that would be start posting if you haven't posted yet. I know, Sue, you have some product. Kara, has your kit arrived yet?
No.
Okay. Okay, so you don't have any product, right?
No.
Okay, so I need to get with you tomorrow. I have some samples for you so that you can start posting. You can take a picture with the greens pouch in like 10 different places in your house. Like, you can be in your car or whatever, okay? Use it and then save those pictures and use them, right? When you shake it up, put that bottle in like 10 different places while you're doing it. We talk about when we take selfies, like the day that you've like done your hair and makeup and you look really great. Change your shirt 5 different times and take some different pictures. And so you save those pictures up and make it easy on yourself, because hello, I don't have any makeup on today. So did anybody see selfies? No, because nobody wants to see all this. But on the day that you do yourself up, take advantage of it and make it easy, especially when we have days where we just do not feel like it. So we have to start posting. Otherwise, people aren't going to know, and people are going to watch. As soon as you start posting, you're going to have some people right away that are like, oh, what are you doing? That's so cool, or whatever. But a lot of people are going to want to watch and see if you're serious. They're going to want to see if that's something that you're even like going to stick with or whatever. And so posting is your advertising. It's your marketing. That's how people know that you're still open for business. I literally messaged a potential distributor today, and I always go through their pages. I followed her, right? And I've liked and commented, blah, blah, okay, right? She messaged me back and said, actually, no, I'm a Knitworks distributor. And I'm like, no, you're not. And she's like, I don't work my social that much. And I'm like, then you're not really a distributor. Because you can't, yes, this business doesn't have to be all about your social media, but in the world that we're in right now, it's a lot about your social media. So make yourself have an online presence and then start messaging people. Start with that list of 30. If you haven't written down a list, we talk about a hundreds list. Let's make it a little bit smaller. If you haven't made a list of 100 people, you know. We have memory joggers, so you can think of those people, but just when somebody that pops in your head, think about people who could use the product, think about people that you would want to work with and maybe could use some extra money. Write those people's names down, then take 10 seconds of crazy, insane courage and do it, because that's when great things happen. And even if they say no, you're going to survive. My sister was the very first person I messaged. I was hyperventilating and my heart was pounding, and I messaged her and I'm like, so do you want to try your product? And I really would love to like share this with you. And she texts me back, no. That's it. Nothing else. And I was crushed and I was crying. It was a Saturday afternoon. I was crying. Guys, you're not going to be any more devastated than I was. And I'm still here doing well and awesome and fine. So you can do it. I know you can do it. But you have to ask. You have to post and you have to ask.
And also you might be devastated, but when somebody tells you, I don't like your stuff, I don't want you ever post again, don't ever message me again.
I've not had that happen. Don't.
I saved it to go back and remind myself that I need to go and take all of her friends, which I have.
I suppose that's true. If somebody was really that rude, but you know what, guys? Don't. I've never had that happen.
That rude a message. I'm going, you could have just said no. You could have ignored me.
It's going to be fine. If you guys.
It was. I'm almost over it. It's been a couple months.
I'm almost over it.
Okay.
But definitely the consistency is key.
When we do these Zooms, or is there a place on a page where like I can ask, or any of us can ask like just little technical questions? Like I was taking notes at conference, and on the hundreds list digging deeper section or session, which was really, really awesome for me. That's what I went to conference for, was to get, just that, what does it sound like? What did you do? How do I get there? What's, instead of saying, making my list, how do I get that list? What do I do? That kind of thing. So I had this really thing, and it says to, join groups and be part of it, and be a real presence there. And then I have something that says turn follow on, and then about followers.
Are you talking about? It's about Instagram. I'm sorry, Lindsay. Were you going to answer?
That's what I'm asking. Is there a place that if I save all these questions like this that are weird,
do it in our Facebook message.
Like our messenger group. It's an Instagram. It's so you can turn on post notifications for people that you really want to follow on Instagram. If you have like 700 followers, or I'm trying to think of mine. Like if I've got like 700 followers on Instagram, whatever it is, then you aren't going to want to see all those people. You want to concentrate it. So you might pick out like 3 or 4 people. And so when you turn on their post notifications, every time they post, you get a notification on your screen. You can go right to that and like and comment on that.
That's what I want to know. How do I do that?
Okay.
My biggest question here is there a place where I can go and ask those questions and somebody will answer it for me? And maybe other people, know, maybe you guys all know it a lot better than I do. But
I would say our messenger group, right, Lindsay?
Yeah.
You want that in our messenger group?
Yeah. Because sometimes the team pages, they kind of get lost or not answered or whatever.
And if you guys have specific things like that, or if you like need a script, like I would want you to use, if that's okay, Lindsay, I would want you guys to use our messenger group. If you're like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't even know what to message when I message somebody or how to get started. Put that in there or text me directly or anyway, and we can put that in there and I'll put it back in the messenger group if you don't want to know that you're asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And the thing is too, guys, that there aren't any stupid questions. Like don't be afraid to ask us because we have all been there. Like I didn't even have an Instagram account when I started. So we've all like muddled through this, and so we would be happy to pass the stuff along that we've learned.
Right. But yeah, definitely
Be better at Instagram.
I also, guys, want to mention our potentials opportunity on Thursday night. So I invited, I think I tagged my team in it. There's a potentials opportunity event on Thursday night. Because I've invited you now, you can invite people too. So if you haven't been to one before, Kara, you might have. Sue, I don't know if you have before because I don't know that. I think you joined and we hadn't had one for me to invite you. What it is it's a series of videos that our team leaders do. They each have a segment. They're going to talk about the business. They'll talk about how the opportunity has changed their lives, how it's working for them. And it's a really great way for potentials to hear real stories and see real people. And so if you have somebody that you think might be interested in the business, or you're like, hey, I know you probably don't know very much about it, but this would be a really great opportunity to hear more about it. Invite them, message them, and tell them you're inviting them, because if you just randomly invite them, it's like getting added to the bazillion LuLaRoe groups that are out there. And you're like, I just got added to some random group. Yeah, nobody likes that. You could do it, but nobody likes it. So go ahead and invite them and then message them. Be like, hey, I didn't know if you had any interest. If you're not interested at all, you can just ignore it. But it's from your phone. It's just a Facebook Live event in a specific group. So the only way they can go is if you invite them and then let them know about it. But they're really awesome. And I would absolutely, if you can, listen to it, even if you don't have anybody to invite. Try to invite people if you can, but listen to it regardless, because then it helps you. We're going to be doing one once a week for the next month or two. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know, Melanie, we had talked about possibly doing a product opportunity thing, but
like a product, like a live party.
Yeah. But I know Brittany just said that she was going to start doing them weekly. So do you think that's something that we still want to do, or?
So I'm doing one on Wednesday, and I was going to do it for just because I was going to, I set a goal for myself of doing one party a week, whether it was my own or having one in someone's home or my own home, whatever. And because it's kind of short notice for people to drive over my house and sit down and hang out, I'm doing one on Wednesday at, I think our team Zoom, our Rise and Shine Zoom is at 9:30. Is that right? So I think I said 8:15. Anyway, I can invite you guys. If you just want to see how it goes, I know Lindsay, you and I talked about it, and we can still plan it. I'd still like to do one where we could invite, our team can invite people to it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But
if I know Lindsay's seen the live parties before, but if anybody wants to be invited to mine, just so you can listen in and check it out and see how they go and how I do it, I'm happy to invite you so you guys can watch. Or if you have potentials, like loyal customers that you think might be interested, my team or whatever, you can invite. I can make you host, and then you can invite people to that too, if you guys are interested in that.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be helpful for the newer distributors who, don't know a lot about the products themselves. If they can please get people on the Zoom, then they can learn about the products. Yeah.
It's all done like a Facebook Live party, and the opportunity event on Thursdays run the same way, where I like to do mine where we'll talk about wraps and defining gel and fab wrap, and then I stop it's like a Facebook Live, but in a specific group. And so then I'll post them before and afters, and then I'll talk about greens. And then I stop that. So you have more 5-minute segments instead of one 40-minute long thing that nobody coming back to it later wants to watch. So the way they work is I might only have 8 or 9 people watching me while I'm actually live and doing it. And then I'll go back and look at my videos later, and it'll have 160 views. People can come back at any time and go back and look. And if they see that it's 40 minutes long, nobody, not even me, I have too short of attention span. I don't want to sit through that. But if they see that I've done 5-minute segments, then they'll go back and they'll watch those individual segments and hear about it. So yeah, I definitely think we should do that, Lindsay. I think it's a really great idea. But I would want to invite potentials to that too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It would be more for
Yeah.
potentials and then everyone else's potentials.
Yeah.
So what's Trista's?
So I think it is a team Zoom. I think I'm doing a segment on signing loyal customers. And then there'll be, we'll do other segments like signing. How do you sign a distributor? How do you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be a newbie to Ruby Zoom, I don't think, but it'll be like, like how we just have kind of like a.
But it's just
team.
for.
I think it'll be for Arise and Shine.
Okay. Has she like?
She hasn't announced it yet.
Okay,
No, she was texting me today, and so that's why, like the time. Like I was asking her when, and she's like, "Are you free Wednesday at 9:30?" So that time is just kind of hypothetical. I haven't received like the actual like time. So.
Gotcha.
And if you guys don't, I don't know if you guys recognize when I keep talking about Trista Marshall. She's our presidential diamond. Kind of like she's who I signed under. She's who Lindsay signed under. Her rank is 2 from the top. Like 2, like you have ambassador, which is the highest rank, and then you have black diamond. So, and they live in Pendleton, and they're super awesome. And if you don't follow her, I would totally recommend following. You don't have to friend request her; just hit the follow button. She runs her Facebook page really, really well. And so if you want some inspiration for posts or ideas, she's a good one to follow. So is Brittany Landrum. If you guys want those names, I can put them in our messenger group so that you can follow some people. But I think it's always a good idea to follow 2 or 3 leaders. So you get an idea of how we do this. The posting thing, it's not a instinctive kind of activity. It takes some time to get your groove and feel comfortable about it. So anyway, anything you can do to help. And by all means, if you see one of my posts that you totally love, take my picture, take my text, make it yours, post it. I'm happy for you to do that. If I post about greens, you post about greens. If I post about wrap, you use my before and after picture and write something about it. I know in the beginning, and I still do that. If I see a leader that has a super awesome post, then I'll take part of that and make it my own and post it. Lindsay can attest to it. I've used a few of hers.
I do too.
We all do. We all do.
It's better to do that than to not post at all.
Yes.
I'm sure everyone has friends who know several It Works distributors. I mean, I was the same. I knew more than, I didn't even know Trista. I mean, I went to college with Eli, but I didn't really know him that well. And I had several friends who were It Works distributors, but they rarely posted, or if they did, it was, and people see that. They want to join someone who is stable and they know that they're not going to go anywhere. They know that, and if you're not posting every day consistently, then
they think you're flaky.
Yeah, no one's going to want to join that. So it's really important. So copy someone's post before you don't post at all, basically.
Yep. Even if you don't feel like it, get an It Works post. Even if you're like, this is the absolute worst day, I have no time, do an It Works post and do a family post and then go. Even if it's just 2 for the day, show that you're still out there. The It Works distributors that I might come across that I see they post like once or twice a week, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No. And I wouldn't want to join with that person, and I don't think anybody else is either. Right. So show that you're serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, just me, and I have another question about friends, adding friends. Something else that they said during conference was, and again in the groups, but not just Instagram, this was on Facebook. And that if you see somebody, after you've been part of it and you'd like to add them as a friend, whoever it was that was talking about it said, message them before you add them as a friend. But what would you?
I think I know what you're talking about. You're saying because we're talking about adding to your network. And so I have a couple ways that I add to my network, and seldom is it through a group. That's not what I'm using yet. I think that sometimes for some of the higher level people, they've already maybe exhausted some of their other ways. I like going to a business that I really like, and then I go to their photos and see who liked on those, and then I might add those people as friends. But you're talking about adding through a group, like if you developed a relationship with somebody.
Well,
they're talking about,
the private messaging. I mean, private messaging before you.
It's all up to you. And if you message them first before you friend request them, what are you going to say? Hey, I really liked your comment I really agreed with you on that comment. I think we have a lot in common. May I friend request you? You can. Or if you're like me, I'd probably just friend request them. Probably would just
Yeah, I found that when I try and send them a message before I friend request them, it goes in some other folder and they don't get a notification. So unless they go to their messages, they won't even know that they have a message from you. So I always wait until they get my friend request before I send them a message, because otherwise they never see it.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Anybody else have any questions that were on here? Do you have questions? Okay.
Come on, I threw mine out there.
I don't have any yet because I don't know if I feel like I've even started. So
Okay. We're going to take care of that.
I need to start first, I guess.
We're going to take care of that. We're going to fix that tomorrow.
Yeah. It's always hard to get started, but you just got to do it. Like, it's going to feel awkward in the beginning, but it just gets more natural as you go along. You just have to go for it.
I think it feels weird too, Kara, because you don't have anything. I didn't either. When I had started, I was just like you, and I didn't have any product or anything. And so, like, my very first post was like getting somebody ready for a bar mitzvah and doing her hair, and get this girl so I can start working my business. And I was like, that was the most awkward thing ever. It just happened. And it was fine. Nobody else probably even saw it as weird, but I was looking at it like, oh my gosh, like that.
Yeah.
What? So it's fine. It's easier when you're holding product in your hand, and I'm going to get you some tomorrow. So I'll message you when we're done and figure out where I can get it to you. Because I know exactly. In fact, I already had my little care package for you. I just haven't had a chance to give it to you. So,
You know what I would be lost without, and you probably guys have already talked about this, but if I hadn't printed off the PDFs of our products and dropped them down into, made it into a folder, so all I have to do is flip through, and then the pricing sheet is on the front. I would not have made it those first few months if I hadn't put that together.
And I find I put mine together like that, and I never use it. I only use my phone.
All the time.
So we'll talk about it, Kara.
I use a notebook. I use my iPad all at the same time. So.
Okay. Anything else? Do you guys want scripts? Do you guys want, like, I know there's some in Arise and Shine right now, but does anybody want help with messaging?
The Dream Team is doing a really good thing, if you haven't already seen it, where a different leader is posting every day, some opportunity posts and a product post. They each have we each get like a different product that we have to talk about and give examples for. So if you're struggling with what to post about, you haven't tried any of the products, just go to that page, and there's tons of examples that you can use.
Yes.
That's going to be going on all month.
And so the Dream Team, I'm sorry, go ahead. What?
I was saying, and they show different ways to take pictures, different, to make it personal. And that helped me a lot last week or the week before. I can't remember, when I was like kind of out of ideas, and I felt like I was doing the same thing every single picture. And then to look at those, and she said, sometimes I do it like this and like this and like this. And I'm going, oh yeah, I could do that. So it was really, really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
All right, guys.
Okay.
Thanks for everyone that jumped on. Hopefully it was helpful.
Lindsay, how do the girls that weren't able to listen all the way through get the recording?
Eric will figure it out.
We'll put it on YouTube.
We'll put it on YouTube, and then I'll send the link in our messenger group.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank
We
you.
didn't get cut off, so we're good.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
We kept under the 40 minutes. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
No,
All right.
Eric updated it before we started, so he picked
Oh.
I was like, we've been talking for more than 40
I
minutes.
know, I just looked at the time like,
Yeah, it's been longer.
okay.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.